we are going to talk about the trap. Okay, the trap. This is a bit sensitive in some sense, but as much as it is sensitive, but I'm also aware of something here. It feels to me right now things has to be the way things are coming. Okay, I have no idea how things are going to turn out. I don't have a clear details of how things are going to turn out, but here's the thing. Something I just want to put some kind of introspection on, and just me and myself, like to really open up to myself and really kind of have, have things in, put things into perspective. Here's what I'm sensing. This thing's sensitive because why is it sensitive? I want to talk about the divorce. I want to talk about breaking away from relationships. I want to talk about leaving other people because somehow you have outgrown them, or the idea or the concept or the beliefs that has put you together with them on the first place. Okay, and I just want to talk about it. I think there was the sense of shame around it, the sense of guilt around it, and this sense, which I could sense it in my body, the sense of guilt and shame. It's actually coming from that pre-program of, before you come to this realization, you bound by a conviction that you might have at a certain time in your life, and you believe that in order for you to be in this particular relationship, this is it. And at the time, maybe you even signed up yourself into things that you truly didn't have the full brother's perspective of it. You didn't really have all the details in it. Like marriage. If you enter marriage out of a need, okay, or out of the belief that marriage is something that you have to be in it forever. Like if you go to the marriage and have that conviction that you're marrying and this is it for life, if you signed up for that, then you're gonna find it difficult for you to get out. Then you're gonna find it shameful to divorce. Then you're gonna find it hard to accept relationship breaking away from the other people, because you have some kind of limiting belief that tells you, no, you're supposed to be with this person, or you're supposed to be in this marriage, in this relationship for life. Now, I want to understand, where does that come from? Where could it become? Where? I'm not really sure where it's coming from, but one thing that I sense with this is that these things are based on conditions. Okay, we've seen our families living together, and also we thought things are supposed to be like that, but in reality we come to realize that in reality, inside ourselves, there's another way of seeing things and of experiencing life, and we come to realize that life is like a school. You go through one module that could be a marriage. Maybe it will take about 7 years or 8 years or 9 years or 10 years, whatever that you need or your soul need to experience, that need to be given. But then when the relationship reaches the peak, it is, you feel the pinch or the need that you have to leave because you have outgrown the nest, and it becomes challenging to do that. I'm actually speaking about myself. Let me tell you something. One thing I know, that one side of me, it has no issues with this. I really I have so much understanding that relationship I'm in, but somehow at the same time I feel this, back and forth kind of a thing of okay. And when I come to think about it, it has nothing to do with anything in reality. It has more to do with my beliefs, or whatever that I used to believe in, and that's what I want to tackle actually. That's what I would like. That's my intention. My intention is to understand what is exactly that is. Oh, I see. Something is saying also like there's some kind of hope. Yes, there's some kind of hope in me that maybe we could make things better or make things work for the sake of keeping things together. That's very terrible, but it's I know deep down, I'm in a space where I want to explore life. One thing that I'm not sure is it possible to explore life by myself, or was I made to do that, or is there some kind of things that are holding me, or energies that are influencing my way of seeing? And yeah, funny enough, because I was watching a video about Carol, some kind of anatomy spiritual doctor or something. And yeah, I have to brush my teeth. And she was saying that people could meet from a place of wounded, and then they attract each other from this wounded, but then maybe one person realized that the reality of how the relationship is formed by doing the shadow work and growing, and hence once they realize, now they are given the option whether to stay around in the relationship of being wounded, which is unhealthy for their own personal growth, or should they leave the person and go and move on with life. It's not an easy thing, but I think the answers are there. Like, it's clear. It's easy for me to say, yeah, leave the person, but here I am. It's not even about the person. I think there is in-depth thing here. Yesterday, I kind of like found that it was not actually about the people. It's about how I'm choosing based on the mindset. So I feel like my mindset is conflicted. The part that says, yeah, well, this is what it is, that's what you need to do. And then there's like, it's the feelings, the mushiness, the shame, the fear. I'm not sure if it's the fear, but it's like the mushiness, the enmeshment or attachment, I would say. Yes, that's the word, it's attachment. I think, yes, I know that I have to live for truth. I live to live the truth. Yeah, that's the only thing. I have to live my truth, Tandy. Because I know there's more into life. What I'm afraid of, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of anything. Initially, I was just being concerned how I'm gonna live. No, it's more about living. Maybe I'm concerned about him, the kids. my kids. I feel like my kids are our kids are very strong, and I believe in them. Yes, I feel more for him. Because I'm not so sure how he's gonna handle it. I feel more for him more than I feel for my kids. My kids, I know that they will take it. The kids will take it. I kind of like relate. No, even him, he will take it. And maybe it's just me being enmeshed, a part of me being personal. Even him, he can handle things. And the good of all kind of, it's not about you're doing this, I'm doing this for myself, but I'm doing it for the best for everyone. If I love people, my love is liberation, is honesty, is transparency, is being true to myself, being authentic to my truth, and holding space for my truth. And if I'm going to be staying and not telling the truth as it is, come what may, doesn't matter. I'm ready. Honestly, I'm ready. If I don't do that, then I will be ultimately choosing to succumb and live a life. A life. Why will I even stop doing that? It's okay. Maybe it's natural. It's a natural thing. It is natural because it's happening. This feeling of unshakiness. But something in, unshakiness. Let's hold this space for this feeling as it is. Okay. So we'll be witnessing the spirit of unshakenness. Okay, as it is. Yes, sometimes, I was saying yesterday, in life will take you up and take you down. There are times and phases and seasons that we go in this fluctuation. And sometimes we find ourselves in the lower side, sometimes we find ourselves on the upper side, sometimes we find ourselves in a painful situation and difficult situation, then we find ourselves on the lighter side of life. And this is all the dance of life, and I believe to be reality of what is as it is. So if I stay, I'll be just like, I feel like I'll be like that little child who just want to have sweets all the time because the child likes sweets, you know. So here's the relationship. We know that if you eat too much sweets, they will kind of like that you want to stay because you like sweet, even though you are self-sabotaging yourself. I feel like that if I stay, that will be what I'm doing. Other than if I leave, yes, I would know the unknown, the outcomes, but I'll be leaving from a place of listening to my heart. I'll be leaving from a place of just being genuine and true to my feelings and my instinct. And something is said to me about selfishness, you know. Because this system is trying to make this whole thing like it's wrong. And I guess I know it's all in my head. I know that yes, many people do see things in that way. And maybe it's also an opportunity for me to deal with this limiting belief of saying things are wrong. Because in the end, they're all experience. That's one truth I have come to also to realize. But as much as I know that truth doesn't necessarily mean that, the old ways of seeing is gone. I guess it's also an opportunity to really heal this part of me, part of concept and standards of seeing things, to really acknowledge, I have this part of me inside me that believe, in when you're married, you have to stay forever and stuff like that, so that I can allow myself to move. Acknowledge it, that, I have, coming from a background where this was also part of the conditions, and just really acknowledge, because I think the suffering part is to try to push this away and make as if it's not there, this limiting belief, this, so I think the most healing part for me is to acknowledge this is what is actually creating this, but it's creating because I am not honest on how I am dealing with them, this belief. Maybe there's a need of me to make it feel like it doesn't exist. It does exist, it does exist. Either way, even though it does exist, but I know now what I feel, that there's a possibility that it's possible to live life and get married and also separate and divorce, and that is also okay. Okay, that's one thing I need to tell myself, and it's okay. It's okay. And if you come to that, you maybe with the friends, you have to separate because life happens. And make peace with yourself. They make peace. There's nothing else we can do in this case. Just acknowledging that what is happening, I think the expectation really kind of like blocks us up, because we expect attention. Now you have to train your brain not to expect this kind of way, but to be open to life as it is. So that's it. Now we just surrender to what is as it is and let God take the lead. Let the Spirit guide us to what we need, what we're meant to be part of. We surrender to the Most High God. And yeah, man, let His will be done. We're open and receptive to life as it is. Thank you, Grace.